Hi guys, today's video is going to be the second part of my Vegas haul. This is everything that I purchased not beauty related, and I feel like this can't be it. I was fairly restrained. I mean, I bought some high ticket items, and obviously I made a big purchase just ahead of our trip in the airport, which was my last video. But I feel like maybe I don't have everything in front of me here, because I feel like it must have been more than this. Obviously I bought things for other people and they've already been kind of dispersed, and maybe that's what I'm thinking of. There was a lot of sweets, things from Bath&Bodyworks for other people, but I don't have a tremendous amount to show you, but I'm going to go through it anyway. I've got two clothing items. The first one is the softest jumper in the whole world. I'm a little bit disappointed because it seems to have kind of bobbled up in the wash, but it's this Nbc Store Sweatshirt. I wasn't even going to buy this, the craziest thing. We went into the Nbc store after seeing Late Night with Seth Meyers, which was awesome. We went in specifically, and we were going to go in anyway, to get some 30 Rock and Parks and Rec stuff, which previously when we went, they had tons and tons of it. Nothing. Not one item. It was all NBC, like Good Morning America, that kind of thing. Is Good Morning America even NBC? I don't know. Whatever their kind of morning news stuff was. It was all that kind of thing. And Seth Meyers and, what is he called? The other one. Jimmy Fallon. All that kind of thing. Nothing of like the TV shows that we watch. And I was so disappointed. So we were gonna just leave. I was just gonna, that was it. Because I mean, there were certain things that I wanted to replace, and I'll probably end up buying them on eBay or Amazon or something now. Certain things I wanted to replace that I'd like broken in the move and things. So really disappointed. And then I kind of brushed past this with my hand as we were walking out. And it was the softest thing. It was really wet and rainy outside. We'd just been sat in a cold studio, wet from the rain, and we were a bit miserable. And I wanted this. This was going in that bag. I was having this. So the only reason I bought it was because I was feeling really, really miserable that day. How ridiculous. But it is so soft, I can't tell you. I would highly recommend. They had tons of different ones. I love that it's like the raglan style as well. Tons and tons of different ones. But I'm NBC. If you watch any kind of stuff like that, you know, especially 30 Rock, it's big on NBC within the show. It still felt kind of like 30 Rock related a little bit. Plus we were in 30 Rock, weren't we? The other thing that I bought was from Express, which is kind of hilariously related, because I had never heard of Express apart from Tina Fey talks a lot about it. I don't know why. She talks about Express in random interviews. She mentioned it in her book. And so when we saw Express, I had to go in there, and I was looking for something to wear on my birthday evening, which I didn't pack anything nice to wear because I thought it would be freezing, because it's always been Arctic when we've gone. And Emma said, let's pack something to get dressed up. And I said, I'm not going to want to do that. It's going to be so cold. And it wasn't. So then we spent an entire evening, or early evening, late afternoon in Times Square looking for something to wear. And it ended up being this. It's like, this goes round there, and it's got kind of like a cutout piece there. Really awkward to wear with bra. I ended up, just because I only had my regular bras with me, I wasn't about to go and buy another one just for this. I ended up just kind of tucking my bra straps down the side rather than buying a strapless one, but it's really flattering. It's quite long. This is impossible. Hang on, let me just stand up and show you what it would look like. So it's like this, and it goes quite far. It maybe goes like to my knee, but it's isometric. So this ends up at my hip, this side, and then it cuts down to my knee. But it's really quite covered. It's not, I didn't feel, you know, exposed or anything. But definitely a top that I would wear just kind of on a night out. It felt very, covered is probably the word. It felt dressy, but I didn't feel like I had everything hanging out. Next, we went to Nordstrom Rack. I was like, where was it? Nordstrom Rack. Nordstrom Rack on Union Square. Best place ever. Century 21, is it called Century 21? Yes, Century 21 is really, really good. And I've always loved that store. Whenever we've been and spent hours and hours and hours in there. But you really do have to have hours. Like Emma said, it was a bit like a jumble sale. Hadley and I had been there by ourselves. We probably would have really extensively gone through everything. And in fact, in my infinite wisdom, I decided the best day to go would be the first day, because then we'd see what we could see and we'd have that in mind whilst we were shopping elsewhere. But we never went back. I mean, you don't want to spend all your money on the first day if you see something good, but you don't want to have spent all your money before you go. So there's really no good time to go. Maybe in the middle of the trip. I did see some amazing Marc by Marc Jacobs They had some little purses and some bags that were amazing, amazing prices. And had I been in the market, had I not just bought a new handbag, I would have found it really difficult to say no to those because they were really, really great value. But we didn't buy anything from in there. In fact, no, I did buy a hat that Emma bought as well, but I left it with Emma. So by the time I can wear it again, it's going to be, you know, like next winter. But it was a Kate Spade hat, and I think it was like $8 or something. But Nordstrom Rack was excellent. Emma ended up buying a handbag in there, and I found these pair of shoes. Now, this was definitely an impulse purchase. I allowed myself a certain amount of money per day, and this kind of took up that amount. They were $229.97 from $690, and I got them, you know, plus tax for around what, $250. These, I tried them on. They're very, very simple. I tried them on, they fit, and I thought, I'm having them. I'm absolutely having them. Of all the sale shoes that you can find, you never find a pair that is as classic as this. So I thought, it's a really good price. We went away, we came back, I decided I was having them. Since then, I've put them on, and they are a really strange shape. Obviously they're really classic looking, but this area here, this, is very low down. Like your toes, there's not a lot of space for them. I feel like your little toe kind of pokes out. And I'm sure it's not me because I've since looked these up and I forget the name of them. But I looked them up, and it looked like even like celebrities and stuff that were wearing exactly the same style, their little toe was a little bit, that's obviously the style of them. So I'm not sure about them. Also, in hindsight, they are about a size too big. Because of the style that they are, it doesn't matter, because you just like strap your foot into them and they're fine. And obviously then, because they are a size too big, this is not as tight, which means my foot can get further down and my little toe has a little bit more space to tuck in there. But I'm not 100% sure whether or not I should keep these. And if I don't keep them, then I don't want to wear them, because then I'll sell them and probably get my money back, if not more, for them being unworn. But I don't know, let me know what you think. They are a very classic shape and they weren't very expensive. I just maybe need to wear them out around the house a little bit more and decide whether or not to keep them. They were a steal. But the real bargain of the trip, and part of me thinks I should have gone back and bought different pairs because it was such a good deal. I wanted to get some Sjp shoes whilst we were there, because you can only get these, well, you can't get them in the UK. I think they've just started stocking in Dubai, but Sjp doesn't stock in the UK yet. It was originally just Nordstrom, then they went to Bloomingdale's, which is where we shopped. And I was looking in the sales section, as you do. I was originally going to get the full-priced carry shoes, but every time I've seen them, they're just not really me. They're kind of pointed, and they're like a Mary Jane kind of style, but they've got a pointed toe, and there's something about them that's not particularly me, and that I just didn't love them. I only really wanted them because they were called carry. And I saw these, and I wasn't sure about them, but I thought I'll try them on because they're in this sale, you know. As soon as I tried them on, I was completely in love. They're called the Ursula, and the colour, it's like a material. The colour is glow. And I don't know if that's even going to pick up how sparkly that they are. They are insanely sparkly. Here we go in the sunlight. So I was wearing them on my birthday, feeling uber special. They're like glitter, but they're material, so they're really soft to feel, and they don't kind of shed everywhere. These are my new favourite shoes. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And if you can still get them, I wore them hard. There's like creases on the inside of them already, and the bottoms of them. You know, that's New York for you. These thin Italian soles are not made for New York City streets. And I've already kind of pulled little sections because they are made of material rather than leather, but I don't care. They are so beautiful. And the best part was, I thought they were $250 in the sale. I got them to the till and they were an extra 50% off. So I ended up buying them. I think they ended up being like £90 for these, which was expensive for shoes, but not for these shoes. I felt like Sarah Jessica Parker in those shoes. They were so beautiful, and I would buy them again in a heartbeat. Something else that I bought from Nordstrom Rack actually whilst I was there, I saw this in the kind of line to pay, and it's this suede and nubuck kit. I've never seen one of these before. I'm sure this is something you can get here. But I have some other shoes that are suede, and the backs of them are all scuffed up. So I thought I would try it and give it a go. So if I do, I will let you know. I'll maybe vlog it. And then from Bath&Bodyworks, I was really restrained. I bought tons of stuff for her. I got some spritz stuff and some hand sanitizer and stuff for school. But for me, I got the Georgia Peach scented candle, which looks messed up, and I'll tell you why. I got the small one. It's heavy though, but I got the small one. It smells amazing. It smells like the Market Peach from, you know, years gone by. And I dug into this. I put the wax into my wax melter because I try not to burn candles now because of the stuff that's in the air and the horribleness. So I've been putting this in my wax melter. Funny story, not so funny story. Just before I started filming this video, I looked over where I have my wax melter and noticed that it was tilted slightly. And it was all down the wall. So now the wax has come all down the wall to the floor and made a pool of wax and a line of wax down the wall. Excellent. So that's not great. But I have that to clean up once I've finished filming these videos. But otherwise, I really, really like the wax melter. I have like an electronic one. And I scoop out whatever I have in a candle, put it in there, and I find that it scents it just as well, but without the smoke. I also got 2 scents, like room scents. I got the Mahogany Teakwood, which I've had in a candle before, and I got the New York Beautiful Day, which is kind of like appley. But these are really nice and very strong as well. Again, just alternative for candles. And then I got a new, what is it called? A car freshenery thing, but I've already put it in my car. It's like a funky looking one. And then I got some more of these. So the ones that I bought were Eucalyptus Mint, Beautiful Day, Flannel, Mahogany Teakwood again, and Georgia Peach. And I put Georgia Peach in my car already, but I spilled it everywhere and it's kind of leaking. So literally can't do anything right. But I think that's everything that I got. I really made a meal of that, but I don't feel like it was a lot of stuff. Most impressed with the Sjp shoes. So happy with those. If you're in the UK, which I'm assuming you are if you're watching me, but if you're in the UK and you want to get your hands on some Sjp shoes, I have purchased, especially from the sale as well, but I have purchased from Nordstrom in the past. It's kind of expensive for shipping, not mega expensive, but given, you know, the money that you're spending, it's kind of expensive for shipping, obviously, because it's coming from the US, but everything is included. So all the customs and everything is included. So bear that in mind. If you were really into it, Nordstrom's is great. I've purchased from them a couple of times and I would still purchase from them in the future. But I hope you enjoyed my New York hauls. I feel like I said Vegas at the beginning of the video now. That seems all kinds of wrong, but whatever. I hope you've enjoyed them and I will see you guys in the next video.